Good morning, dear friends. I wanted to share one very interesting story with you from yesterday. And that story goes to a very big topic in my life and probably in many of your lives as well. And the topic is about kindness, but very deep kindness. And that deep kindness actually presents in the world as men being a gentleman and really thinking about their wives and their families, their girlfriends, but at the same time, women being ladies. What happened yesterday was I went to the shop. I needed to buy some materials for the painting of my house, which I'm doing at the moment. And there was a couple, like a man and a woman, who were my age. And what happened was that for some reason they didn't have enough money to pay for everything in their shopping cart. So I paid a very small amount to them. I paid €5 for the two things they couldn't pay. I just paid it because I know how not nice it is to go to the shop and not to have the money you need, just out of kindness. The man was very kind. He took my number, he paid me back this morning. He was very grateful. But out of this conversation, when we left the shop, he gave everything to his wife to carry. So that means that he bought some kind of thing to cover their fences, which was, I can say, a bit heavy. It might not have been too much heavy, but it has been a bit heavy. And his wife actually absolutely obediently took everything in her hands. So that means 3 items, basically. One big one and kind of long one, enough, and heavy enough, and the 2 other items. And the gentleman, or the man should I say, actually was just walking and doing something on his phone. And that really annoyed me for both of them. Annoyed me for the fact that she could not stand for herself and really go and tell him that this is not right, that she should not be left to carry everything by herself, and especially the heavy items. The man should really be there and really be a man and really take them in his hands. And so I was annoyed with her, but I was annoyed with him as well, because he should be the gentleman as well. So I know I did the wrong thing, but when I was passing them with my car, because they were kind of fast walkers, so when I passed them with my car, I opened my window and I asked the gentleman, can he do me a favor and be a gentleman and take everything out from his wife's hands, from his girlfriend, I thought. So he took the heavy item, I think. I'm not sure did he take everything. But I have had examples in my life, in my career, and probably because I'm an accountant with so many years, and I had my own accountancy practice, I met so many people. And I met this couple from yesterday, but I met as well some other couples through my life. And the funniest thing is that that other couple who comes to mind, the man was the one who actually was very much fond of himself, and he was, when we met for business and doing his accounts of his business, he was constantly telling me that he considered himself to be a very good man, and at the same time he could have lash out to his wife so easily and so quickly. She could simply say one little thing and he could be all over her, and to be so rude even. It was really, really not nice to be around. But saying all of this, why I'm saying all of the stories, I know that many of us see rude people, we don't do anything about them, we don't put boundaries, we don't cut them out of life, we don't insist on them changing their behavior, we really don't do something significant for them to change. But why I'm saying all of this is that with the man yesterday with the shopping and not having enough money in his bank account, with the man who was my client and who actually was in the majority of the time rude person, and his wife as well, cursing, and the kind of in the, let's say, in ordinary life, when you do them in their business, because they face public, they face many people would think that they're really nice people, that they're kind, that they're calm, but once you start really knowing them, it's totally a different story. And why I'm saying all of this, the reason why I'm saying all of this is the end result. So the man yesterday from the shop, he didn't respect his wife at all. For me, from my point of view, she didn't respect herself, which will lead to her probably going obese and having a lot of problems health-wise and everything like that, because she doesn't respect herself. But for him not respecting her, as yesterday was showing, he doesn't have enough money. His life doesn't go in the right way. The money are always a problematic situation. With my client, what happened? My client never had enough money. He started his business, and almost from the moment when he started to do what he did, he was hit by hidden expenses, huge hidden expenses. I'm not talking about simple money like here and there you need to pay 10 extra or 100 extra. I'm talking about thousands. Really, I'm talking about thousands. So, and that this kind of always hidden things coming up to him was kind of a constant base thing. He couldn't do his business. He was on a constant loss. He was working in his normal job and he was paying for his business thousands and thousands. He was on a pure loss. And I was pretty shocked, but I like very much to observe this kind of things. And I found that in life, if men disrespect women, the end result for them at the end of the day is that they don't have money. And they don't have money in such a ways. It's absolutely incredible. Like this client, for example, one thing, his business was hit with thousands and thousands. And then the other thing as well, his business was hit with very serious technical issues in regards to his tax accounts, which are things which normally are not happening at all. Because I have some practice over 20 years meeting so many people, I can see that the ones who do not respect women, at least that's my way of thinking it now, of what I see, it could be something else as well going on in their life. It could be disrespect to life, it could be disrespect to other human. I don't know exactly, just I don't have kind of enough study on this subject, but of what I can see is that men who do not respect their women, no matter what that be their wife, no matter what that be their mothers, no matter what that be their sisters, no matter what that be their colleagues, every man who disrespects women, who constantly thinks that they have to earn more for the fact that they are men, not because they're doing better job, men who really don't think that they should buy flowers or they should really take care, men who says bad things about women, all of them. And I have other examples, by the way, coming into my mind. Some years ago I had a client, and this client disrespected his wife in the way that he had a relationship, he had a child, and for some reason he didn't have a good relationship at the end. I mean, he broke up with his wife, and so they divorced and everything, but she sued him for child maintenance, and he refused to pay the child maintenance. He was so he was so disrespectful for the fact that a woman gave birth to his child and allow his DNA to be carried in the world. He was so disrespectful. He didn't want to pay child benefit. The woman sued him. She won. But funny enough with him, he never was able to have money, and he never was able to have a normal easygoing life. With him as well happened that he had a huge technical issue with his tax account, and these kind of issues for so many years and so many clients, I can say almost nobody has them. Absolutely almost nobody has them. And don't get me wrong, many people don't do things in the right way. Many people do not respect enough their fellow co-workers, managers, wives, and everyone. But the men who really significantly disrespect them, who significantly say bad things, who don't see the value of women, their life is really broken. And why I'm doing this video is, please, whoever is listening to me, please, men and women and girls and boys, because I can see that some of my followers are very young people, please be kind to each other and respect each other. Honest to God, find in your heart the human love, the human bearing that other person is so significant as you are. No matter will they be a girl, no matter will they be a boy, no matter will be your ex-wife, no matter will be a colleague, no matter will be a bad mother. Even this client, which I was saying that he had such a big issue with his business and with his taxes, he was very disrespectful to his mother. He was extremely he didn't, but saying all of this, I understand that in nowadays society, people are not taught how to respect their mothers. People are not taught how to respect their fathers. They don't know that, and a society overall, like where I live at the moment in Ireland, somehow people think that it's normal to live in a single parent family and this is okay, and they kind of encourage even girls to have children on their own, which for me is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, it is funny for me how the society is kind of rotting itself, and nothing good comes out of it. I don't see any real good result actually coming out of it. I see families where people respect each other, where women and men really respect each other. They find the sense in themselves, they find the love, they find the purpose, they find the understanding that we are here to support each other. We are not here to really think say or do anything bad to each other. And when you start doing bad things, when you start disrespecting, when you start belittling other person, when you start saying bad words, even cursing, even ignoring other person, when you start let's say, very often men disrespect the housework and they disrespect women for doing it, but at the same time they expect the work to be done. I think that all of this is really very, very wrong understanding of the world and the way it should be. Understanding of our obligations to ourselves and to our family. I like very much to listen to different psychologists, and thank God for the internet, and God bless whoever created it, and for YouTube, because so many nowadays psychologists can come along and they can explain why there are so many issues in families, why so many people divorce, why so many women feel so deeply hurt in their heart out of their family life, out of having children, out of having husbands. And I find this to be deeply connected to the different natures of women and men. And I can see that women and men are actually very, very different creatures, really very different creatures. And I see the very deep misunderstanding of who is what. The women don't know what they are, honestly, because they never study what they are as human beings. Men never study what they are. In the old days, really in the old days, I could say I met some wise old people who really knew what was the purpose of being a woman and what was the purpose of being a man. And they had the high value that the man should be respecting his wife, he should be helping in the house, he should be bringing money, he should be really actively living family life, he should be taking care of his children, like bringing them to school, teaching them different crafts, everything, really having an active life. And I don't understand, I have the feeling that nowadays society in the biggest part really lost all this, and women as well. They had the knowledge that they should be a very good financial gurus, they should be very good savers, they should know very well how to cook and how healthy to cook for their families, and being healthy was a very big part of it as well. Not that everyone was healthy, don't get me wrong, not that people did not have problems with their health, but overall, and home economy, the fact that women will find so many ways to save money, to kind of preserve food for longer periods of time, and to really taking care of the family in the best way. I remember my mom and my I'm sorry. Anyhow, let me try to continue. So my mom and my grandma, they never went to the shop to buy vinegar. That was just not part of the deal. Like, they find so many ways to do the beautiful, really strong and really nice, and they had such a huge variety of vinegar. As well, they were always doing their own beautiful ladies' drinks. They're real experts of doing liqueurs, and that was absolutely normal. And most of the families were kind of doing that. They knew how to do it. I remember that we would never go to the shop to buy cookie. We would never go to the shop to buy a cake or a tart or anything like that. It was absolutely normal that the ladies in the house will actually cook that themselves, and every single week we have this really big family dinners, and my granny and my mom and my aunt, they will go there and do many things. They'll cook all the meals. Will always have cakes and cookies and whatnot, actually, for desserts. And of course, we'll have few salads and few main meals, and we'll have a lot of pastries. Traditionally, my family, where I'm coming from, actually, we do a lot of pastries. So different types of pies. But that was the norm. And as well, women and men knew how to sew, how to tailor. So they will know how to fix their own clothing. They will not throw a good cloth out in the bin just because you don't have a button, or just because you have a little tear in your thread. All of these little things, they accounted for a lot, for big parts of their lives. And I found this to be great, to be creating really purpose in life. And as well, men will know a lot of things to do with their hands. Will that be woodwork? Will that be really making baskets, for example? My granddad knew how to do baskets. My father was a very good carpenter. No matter that was not his main profession, at the same time he really loved it, and he really studied it, and he was very good with metal as well, and so he was doing some furniture at home. So all of these things, they accounted for a lot, I can say. True, someone will say people were poor then and they didn't have such a huge salaries, and but at the same time, it's not only that, it is a matter of thinking how exactly and what exactly and where exactly you can save. But all of this created, in general, pretty nice atmospheres. Don't get me wrong, of course, families had a lot of issues in between themselves just because men and women didn't know how to respect themselves enough. But at the same time, I had the feeling that, let's say, the majority were trying to respect each other more than nowadays. At least that's the way I can see it. So, yeah. Tell me what you think about it. Do you think that be a really good person to your own people, to your own family, to your own wife or husband, and is that really significant in your opinion in regards to the results you have out of your life? Tell me what you think. Is it really connected to money the way I see it? Or do you think that it's really not connected to anything whatsoever? So, yeah, let me know what you think about it. Share with me. I'll be very happy if you have a chance to make a comment, or even if you show that video to your friends and ask them what they think about the topic. But yeah, these are the news from the last few days, and for overall seeing life, that really respect is needed in every level, and especially in the very close people level. And I know, unfortunately, someone and some woman as well, they are saying like this, that oh, but my wife or my husband, they're not my family in the way that they're not my blood. But it is very interesting how children as well connect us through blood, but as well create some kind of very interesting energy connection with our husband and with our wife, and that energy connection stays forever, but as well affects us a lot. So be kind to each other for your own good, and put your boundaries. Know how to respect yourself. I think many people Many people, no matter will they be women or men, many of them have the problem of knowing what exactly is a healthy boundary, what exactly is healthy knowing of your own needs and respecting your own needs, respecting your own wants, and really doing what you need and what you want in a healthy way. And saying no probably is a very big part of it as well, because saying no actually, saying no actually is a very big thing, and probably this is one of my advices to you all. Respect yourself, start saying no, and that can really change your life significantly. Start saying no to as many more things as you can every single day, to as many more people as you can. And in the beginning, if you're not used to saying no, you will feel strange, and you'll feel it like a silly game, and people will start looking at you in a strange way. But with the time, you'll start feeling where exactly that no stands, and when there is a real need of that no, and when there is a need of something else, like I'm sorry I don't like it, or I'm sorry I don't need it, and just keeping your proper nose. And as well, one thing which I learned from psychologists I'm listening to, saying no actually should be a full sentence. The word no really should be a full sentence. I don't know why people are so much afraid of it. And of course you have to be polite, don't get me wrong. But politeness is something different. But being not afraid to say no is something very important, I think, for everyone. So it's always good to do it. It's always good to learn to say no, and it's always good to learn when to say no and how to say it, because there are many ways to say no. It doesn't have to be rude, it doesn't have to be embarrassing, it doesn't have to be in any way bad for you, but at the same time knowing that no is no for you, and showing to people and standing for yourself. Because at the end of the day, like even with this woman yesterday, she was not her friend, she was not her best friend, and we really need to be our own best friends. It is funny how we are so much ready to do so many things for our best friends, but we are not ready to do them for our own self. Even giving good advice to our friends, it's kind of easier instead of really giving good advice to ourselves. So be your best friend, know your boundaries, apply your boundaries all the time, advise yourself like you are your best friend. Even if you're in a difficult situation, go and think about it like your best friend is in a difficult situation. Kind of detach yourself from the position of being a victim and being a person who doesn't have any power. Give back the power to you, because nobody else will. Absolutely nobody else will. And there is no point in this life really to go about and not doing it, because if you don't do it, there are so many things in your life which will go wrong, and they're wrong in a very bad way. And it's with the time it's very difficult to realize where the problem is coming from, but very often the problem comes from these very basic things, that we don't know when to say no, that we don't know how to say no, that we don't know when to stop to be embarrassed, when to stop to say sorry, when to stop apologizing for things which should not be ever a part of apology. Even saying sorry, we should not say it so often as we do. in our relationships. So yeah, be your best friend, do your boundaries, stand for yourself. If you're a man, find the best qualities in men, become that man in case that you're not. If you're a woman, the same way. Go study, find the best qualities of a woman, and be the proper gender you are born in. Because when you fulfill your gender, when you fulfill your real biology purpose in the way that you understand what exactly means to be a woman, you understand that you can wait a second for a man to open the door, for a man to give you away, for a man to lift something for you. You can go and you can ask for help, and there is nothing embarrassing about it. And not to feel over obligated for the fact that somebody actually helped you. This is something which is, very, very interesting in life, that so many women feel such a huge obligation to the man, to their boyfriends, to their husbands, for the fact that they did some very basic things for them, for the fact that they lifted something, for the fact that they put on the shelf on the wall. Yes, we have to be respectful. Yes, we have to acknowledge. Yes, we have to say thank you in a nice way that they can understand, because seemingly enough, after so much study, I was taught by so many teachers that men do not accept thank you in the way women accept thank you. I like so much to say thank you and please and being polite. It's just part of my nature. For me, having good manners is very important. For me personally, this is very. I feel better when I am like that. I feel better when people are like that. And I always take that as just proper human interaction, nothing else. But so many people are not like that, and so many people don't know how to be a gentleman, like for the man, how to be a lady for a woman, how to even ask for a glass of water in a nice way, and to wait for that person to really do it for them. It's really, really interesting. I think people should go back to all of these basic things. But yeah, so men, be a gentleman in every possible way, everywhere. But realizing it in a proper, in a good, healthy way, not allowing people to step on you, not allowing people to kind of have a bad behavior towards you because of it, or using you in any way. Same with ladies. I mean, how many times you cleaned the toilet and nobody said thank you to you, or you never said anything to anyone for the fact that you are doing it? How many times you cleaned the bathroom and nobody realized exactly what you were doing? So we have to start saying to each other more and more of what we're doing, more and more of what we're giving, and real appreciation, self-appreciation for the fact that we are doing so many things in a nice way, and appreciation of the other person as well for the fact that they are doing something in a nice way. So be a gentleman, be a lady, find your way how really to do that, and to make your life more beautiful, and to help you with many other things. And I'm sure you're going to have very different lives for the future. I'm sure that will help a lot to many of you to have much nicer relationship with the world, with the money, with taxes, with everything what's going on in life. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, this kind of observation. But yeah, tell me what you think. What is your experience? Let me know. I'll be very grateful. Have a wonderful day, all of you, and I hope to see you soon. Cheers, bye.